Hey guys, welcome back to Crosshair Garage, or as I like to call it, what the hell did we get ourselves into TV show, or the can I ever keep my garage clean TV hour. I don't know. Call it what you want. Anyway, when we last left off, for those of you that are new here, let's go over what we're doing here. So we have a 1962 Willys station wagon. We're gonna do airbags on it. That's what we're working on at this point. We're working on setting up the 4-link. In this episode, I would like to I have the lower bars completed. Go check out the last video if you want to see that. I'm gonna get the upper triangulated bars in position. I'm gonna see if I can get the bag mounts in position, get the bags in there. We'll hook up a little line, see if we can get it to, do this sort of thing,
Yeah.
Bounce, bounce, bounce.
A little bouncy, a little Kobe Bryant, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, we're just going from there. So we're also, we're gonna go ahead and replace the universal joints while we're here today, get our pinion angle straightened out, all that kind of stuff. So stick around and see what kind of mess we can get into, because lordy, we are in for a nightmare. All right guys, so what I'm thinking on these top triangulated bars is mounting these something here and then to the top of that pumpkin there. Now I did have to go ahead and I had to cut out a slot here on this bracket that they sent me. It is a universal kit, so modifications are going to be necessary. This is the AirMax. That's all I know, AirMax kit. There's a unboxing I did that gives more information about that if you're interested. But I am a good 1/4 inch off here, so I need to make an angle cut here to get this to fit up properly. I also want to check my length on this bar, see what we got, which means finding a tape measure, which is right there for once. Now that's right at 25 inches, and I'm fine with that. That still gives us some play, some adjustability once we get everything set. If I want to go to the top of the pumpkin here, then my bracket needs to be coming off right there. So actually that's not too bad. That's pretty good. I think we can get away with that. So I am going to I'm actually going to go ahead and I'm going to tack this one. Just give it a couple tickety tacks right here in this position to hold it. And we'll go from, of course, I say I want to give it some tacks, and I don't ever do this, guys, and I don't suggest you doing it either. So we're just gonna kind of okay, because my helmet's way over there, and I would have lost all my stuff. That's what I'm talking about. It's like the show of screwing up anymore. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to clean up this pumpkin back here, and that way we'll be able to weld to it, because right now it's just filled with gunk. All right, guys, so I have these tabs, and this is damn near perfectly level. I honestly don't think we can get much better than that. I'm gonna throw a couple tacks, and then I'm gonna see, I really want to lay the weld into this. I'm gonna have to cut away a small piece of this tab back here once we're set, but for now, let's just throw some tacks on it keep it in place for us to do our thing with. And guys, this is an important take your time kind of moment, because you don't want to go through all this work, drop it down, and have it bind up on you, which we may still have happen, we don't know. Alright, so that all turned out just perfect. I want to go ahead and get a couple more tacks on here because I'm going to feel safer. But I want to pull this out before I do any real welding, because I don't want to melt that rubber bushing inside there. So let me get a couple. Now, up until this point, I haven't welded anything in. Everything's tacked in. These scare me, because this is a piece of cast. Obviously the pumpkin is cast. So I want to go ahead and get some decent welds in there. Worst case scenario, we just cut them off. They're just these two little tabs. So they're not the prettiest welds I ever did, but you know, I'm more concerned with making sure this thing doesn't move on me. Yeah, we got the other side to do here. And once we get the other side done, and we get the bar mounted in place, then we're going to go ahead and we're going to cut the, in case you're new here again, when I brought the rear end up, I just tack welded it to the frame to keep it from moving on me, side to side, front to back, any which way. Now everything is set up at 0. My pinion angle is set right now at 0. My brackets are all set at 90 degrees. So basically everything's set at 0. Once we drop it down, once we got the bags on it, once we figure out our half travel, that's when we're going to adjust this through these adjusters and set our pinion angle. So in case you're wondering, that's what we're doing. Yeah, so I'm gonna let this cool down a minute. I'm gonna go ahead and knock out the other side, and I'll come back to you guys. All right, guys, so I've got everything measured up, tacked into place. As you can see, I didn't put any nuts on this bolt yet, because the nuts that I have are nylon lock. They're the nylon ones. They got the nylon inside of them. So I don't want to throw them on there just yet, because I want to pull those bars out to fully weld in the rare instance that this thing drops down without binding. So we're about to find out. Gotta figure out how to adjust my tripod so we can do this. Okay, so hopefully you guys got a clear shot now. I'm gonna go ahead and knock those two tacks holding the rear end to the frame off real quick, and then we're going to lower the jack. We're going to listen for weird noises that aren't, you know, possible tack welds popping. So now we're loose. Took it all the way back up. Let's see. Let's pray. Pray for me, guys. Didn't hear any weird binding, and it went right back into place. Let's drop her again. Well, that sounds wonderful. I'm thrilled to death with that. So she should, when she goes all the way back up, she should recenter herself. I can tell by I put lines on there plus my spot welds. And yep, she centered herself right back up. So I'm thrilled to death with that. we're not going to fully weld that back in just yet because I want to get the airbags and the airbag mounts and the airbags into position on this video, and you know, we'll do a little test with the airbags. Guys, have you ever seen it take somebody longer to remove universal joints than it did to build a 4-link? Because that's welcome to Cross-Site Garage is all I'm saying. Anyway, I got a friend out in California. I like to consider him a friend. All right, that's one of those of the show, the channel. But I've talked to him quite a bit via the intranet, and his name is Paul. Awesome guy. He's building a really cool Willys. I mean, it's like his Willys is up here and mine is here. I mean, his is going to be stellar. He has a powder coating shop out in Camarillo, California. If you're interested, go see him. Anyway, so you know he loves when I just rattle can stuff. But I got the drive shaft, I got the universals out. I mean, those are gross. But anyway, Mr. Watson, this next scene is just for you. Seriously though, it's just a drive shaft. Anyway, I use this Duplicolor rust barrier. I thought I'd give it a shot. There's something wrong with the nozzle. I'd let off and it'd still be spraying for like 30 seconds. But anyway, apparently it's good for frames, so I imagine it's good for drive shafts, right? Anyway, I'm gonna let this dry. I'm gonna grab me some lunch. Catch you guys in a minute. All right, guys, so I saved y'all from watching me struggle. Or maybe I was just saving myself from embarrassment. But I got the new universal joints in. Just need to connect them to the rear end now. I went ahead and checked the output shaft, and I got written over here somewhere. There's a whiteboard. -5 degrees. That's where we're at. So that is what we're going to shoot for on this thing here, the differential. So we're going to try and match this with that, but we're going to do that at half travel, so that won't come until we get the airbags put on. So that's going to be same video, but you know, it's going to be tomorrow or something, because hey, look outside. I want y'all to look at this. Look at how beautiful Kentucky is this time of year. My security light kicked on, but anyway, look at it. It's freaking beautiful. Who wouldn't want to live here? I don't know. All right, guys, so I've been driving myself nuts trying to get I got the rear end. I've got everything sitting at half travel. So here's what I've got. I've got -5 degrees for my pinion angle at my transmission. I've got -4 degrees for my pinion angle on my differential. I've got a -8 degree slope on my drive shaft. So that's -13 degrees, -12 degrees. We're 1 degree out. I'm not going to fight it anymore. It's, you know, it's good enough, is what I'm saying. So here's our setup at this point. You know, we got our 4 links. Everything is just tacked in at this point. We're just going to leave everything tacked in until we get the airbag situated and the shock support situated. And then I want to come back and I want to add some gussets and stuff. I want to give this some strength. because I don't want to go down the road and lose something, you know, or you know what I'm saying? I want some strength up in here, because it's getting hot in here. So take off all your clothes. It's getting hot in here. Anyway, so I am going to work on cutting out some pieces, just like I did before. Here's my airbag setup. I kind of tacked it in before, but then I popped it out. But, you know, I was just wanting to see how everything was sitting. And I think I am going to run into a problem when I go to put my support in for my shocks. I don't know yet. We're going to have to figure that one out. We'll figure that out later though. Today I want to get the bags in. So I need to cut a piece that's going to fit behind here on both sides and weld that in. And then we can weld this to that. The lower we can weld to the axle. And so I'm going to get to cutting on that. I think I only have like a piece of like 3/16 or something left. I mean, she's hefty, but she'll do. So yeah, I'm gonna cut that out. I'm gonna get that positioned, get it welded in, and then I'll come back to you guys and we'll go from there. Okay guys, so I got one of these made. Just a little update for you. Got one of these made. It fits in here nicely. I promise you it does. It's heavy. This is 3/8 stock. You know what? Maybe it doesn't fit in here. I'm just going to give it a little trim. Anyway, I went ahead and traced one out for the other side. Double check this, make sure it fit on both sides. And I'm going to get some lunch though, because I'm starving. And then when we get back from lunch, I'm going to get this zapped in and get everything set up. I went ahead and sprayed it with some of that rust barrier black back in there. I'll probably spray the back side of this before I go to lunch and let that dry. Spray down here on the axle because we're going to mount that that lower bag mount, and I'm not going to be able to paint in there once that's on there. So anyway, yeah, I'm going to grab some lunch. That's all I got. Alright guys, so I got this welded in. I just got the mounts for the bags, you know, just kind of tacked in. My welder decided to go in an NWA on me, which is straight out of gas.
Maybe it's out of gas, eh?
So, but that's alright because I want to do some gusset work and stuff, but really I want to see if this, I want to see this thing go up and down. Now we may snap the bracket welds or tacks, I don't know. But anyway, I got these are 1/2 inch by 1/4 inch. It's got 1/4 inch hose fitting, wrapping them in Blue Monster. If you don't use Blue Monster Teflon tape, I'm telling you, I use this stuff at work all the time. It is the best there is. And so anyway, I'm gonna get this one in. Then I'm gonna rig something up just so I can kind of air these up with the compressor. So give me just a second, guys. Hey guys, so there we are, about half travel. Man, we're sitting nice. So anyway, cruise along about half travel. And then all of a sudden here's a bump in the road, right? Look at that. So now we got all kinds of ground. We got a leak somewhere also, but we got all kinds of ground clearance. So we've got 10 1/4 inches of lift on these bags. So anyway, cruising along, we avoid that dip in the road, that bump, whatever it is, speed bump, and we bring her on down. I mean, it should be faster than this once the body's on there. This is moving really slow. Really, really slow. All right. I can tell you right now, it's going to be a comfy ride. All right. Soon we get to the car show. We pull up. We just drop her all the way down. We do it faster than this, though. Because we'll have a dump valve and all that. But anyway. So there she is, all the way compressed. Sitting nice. We still have spot. This tire's low still, but let's measure on this side then. We still have 6 inches of ground clearance to that, you know, the shock mount there. So that's something we're gonna have to figure out. We're gonna have to play around with. I don't know. I'm gonna have to do a little bit of research on proper shock proper shock geometry. Anyway, let's cycle this again, just because it's fun. And I'm going to go for the ride this time. Maybe it'll help go down faster. Not really. I don't weigh enough. So I did have to take one of these and put some electrical tape around it. I just got these fittings and hose off of Amazon. So it's, you know, it's cheap junk. So, but now obviously none of that's going to stay in there. We're going to put a nice, you know, connections, fittings, all that stuff in there. Nice air management system is what we're going to, you know, we'll put a nice one in there. Might order from AirMax again. I really like their product. You know, again, I'm not sponsored by them. I did a lot of research. So if you guys want to know a good jumping off point, a good starting point, the AirMax. I really like it. There was stuff that I liked, like both sides of the link bars are adjustable. Like you have adjustings on both sides. A lot of the ones I was looking at would only have adjustability on one side, the other side was fixed. And I don't know, there was just a lot of stuff that I liked about the AirMax kit. What's really surprising to me is I didn't think that I would be using all these brackets. I thought they're brackets I'm gonna probably just trash and build my own. But I wound up using them all. I did a little modifications on some of them, but for the most part, not really. They kind of just popped right into place. It's a good universal kit, is what I'm saying. This is a 1962 Willys, so airride components aren't made for this. You have to use something universal, and this was a great bang for the buck. Like I say, I can't remember exactly, but I want to say I paid around $500 for the 4-link kit with the brackets and hardware and the 2,600 pound bags. And each one of them are rated at 2,600 pounds, so do the math, that's 5,200 pounds, which is more than enough for the Willys. Especially considering the Willys is going to be a lot lighter than it was coming from the factory. Yeah, so I don't know. I got to get some gas for the welder. Next week, we're going to be looking at shocks. On the next video, we're going to be looking at shocks, and we're going to be looking at welding all this up, getting everything, building some gussets to strengthen up, because it's still like this bracket right here. I see no reason for there not to be more gussets in this. It seems to me that it could, do something easily. Same with the brackets down there, same with those brackets, and definitely 100% with these brackets going onto the pumpkin. Now, the ones that are going onto the pumpkin, if you take a good look, you can see right here, I've only got this much of the tab touching the pumpkin. The rest is just kind of floating out here. So we're gonna have to build some gussets down there for that. I'm probably gonna connect these two, maybe connect them back here as well. Whatever I can do to strengthen this up so that I know, or I feel better going down the road and not worrying about one of the 4-link or one of the bag mounts snapping. It's not going to snap. What's going to snap is a weak point somewhere, and I want to eliminate any possible weak points. So anyway, outside of that, I am on, let me see if I can get this right this time. I'm on Instagram. I'm on TikTok. Over here, you can email me. It's all Crossroad Garage 21. Up in this corner, or this corner, one of the two corners, it's going to tell you to subscribe, like, comment, all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, do that for me. Again, I'm trying to reach 2,000 subscribers by the 22nd, which will be my 1-year anniversary on YouTube. Or taking YouTube seriously. Somewhat serious. I mean, it took a while for me to take it serious. But anyway, at 2,000, we're doing a giveaway. Go back, watch the video. It explains more about the giveaway. I'm not going to do it in every video. Follow me on TikTok and Instagram. You can find out about the giveaway. So anyway, do that stuff if you don't mind. I'd appreciate it, guys. And y'all stay awesome. Love you guys, and I will catch you on the next one. Stay awesome.